We'll bring this meeting to order. First thing, review and approval of the minutes.
I was here for that meeting, so I'm going to leave it to the two of you.
Okay.
Also approve the minutes.
Here.
January 10th and December 27th.
Next thing is the warrant. We'll review, we've already reviewed it.
I move that they be accepted.
Second it?
Next thing is a vote on equitable division of custodial expenses between the town office and the BAK program. We talked about this last time.
Yeah. All right, I'll move that we split it 50-50 between the town offices and the case over.
I'll second that. Okay.
The next thing is the vote on cell phones for certain town departments.
And we reiterate how many cell phones and who they're for.
John, Megan, Chris, and Bruce.
Yep, that's what you want.
So that's 4 cell phones. To be used for town business only. I move that we provide the 4 cell phones, one for the CEO, one for the BAK program, one for the road commissioner, and one for the fire chief.
Second that.
The vote?
And those are the cheapest phones you can get, too. Not the fancy.
So it's gonna cost about $160 a month.
Yeah.
Let's want to figure out too. Okay, to sign the SOW for the River Road culvert replacement. I see a lot of you tapped out.
Yep, this is to be posted on the MMA website where you advertise work, and you can also send it to, I think Calderwood did our last one, engineering firm, and you can also give one to Tobago Technics.
Yep.
Did any of you guys check the site ID in the main stream habitat viewer? got some interesting pictures in there that,
Really?
yeah. Looks like it's hit some damage before.
Oh, we kinda knew that.
Huh?
We kinda knew that, hence the I-beams that are laying fucking around.
This is before the I-beams went in, but the road is undercut pretty bad there.
I think a nice four-sided box culvert would be good.
The idea is to get the, design done, and then apply for some state funding. Usually every year the state comes out with, funding for, stream crossing.
Well, this will give us some idea how much
Yep.
it's gonna, what the cost of construction around it.
I think another, storm like this last one will probably take it out. Right?
It come close to it last time.
Yeah.
See, we were foolish, we fixed it.
We fixed it.
We should've left it go and let it go, and then we should've put it in for each.
But I needed it later that night.
Yeah, there is that factor, I guess.
And the next thing is Great Works Internet follow-up, electrical work for analog telephone landline. Have you called them at all, so to get an idea?
Yes, that's where this comes from. So I spoke with, GWI, the person that handles our account, and he shows that the lines that we had for the alarm system previously are analog lines. So, we are now with cellular lines for the alarm system. So the other lines are no longer, the landlines are no longer needed. So they could guide us or direct us with, the punch box, is that what it's called, Bob?
Yeah.
And, we would need to hire an electrician to run the wires. And, but they don't do that work, the electrical work.
I don't know, Bruce, maybe you and I can find, I think the lines are already there.
I was just gonna say, the lines that have never been removed, I can't believe it, but we might have to bring them out, find them, which can be done.
Yeah, right. But I think they go from back
Yeah,
here
back
into
here,
the
up to
closet, but I think there's been phone lines back where Megan's office is and into yours, so.
Yeah, it looks like there's one coming up the wall right next to Robin.
Yeah, so it's,
That would help, because they don't wanna get into these titles and move them if we can help that.
yeah, no, I think we can just, find the patch ends and.
So that's something you'll work on together in lieu of,
Finding an electrician, I don't think we need one, but I've got a, device that you can use to try to trace out,
You got the tracer,
Ethernet lines, you put a plug on it and a battery thing and check.
so, you got the clips, two alligator clips on it.
Nah, I didn't do that.
You might need that. It sounds like you got the one that tests this, make sure the polarity is right. You got lights on it, the flash. Yeah, this is something different.
I traced mine up.
I know I have two or three, but how good they are, we haven't been using these, let me go find them.
Well, you both can bring them in.
If not, I'll go buy another one.
We'll be playing with it, right?
Okay, the next thing on the list is 19 Dearborn Road, town attorney follow-up on the eviction process.
Don't have anything, I think you've probably seen what David Rory last sent, which was,
Yeah.
he's talking to the Pine Tree legal guy. And, haven't heard anything back.
The next thing is the select board meetings and the select board workshops.
So Sarah came in, I don't know, a week or so ago, Cumberland County would have, office hours here at the town office once or twice a month.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it also said that we have select board meetings and select board workshops. So I drafted a revision that just said the select board meet every week on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and took out the workshop, words, and took out the Cumberland County coming here, because they don't come here anymore. So the real question is, do we wanna drop the distinction between workshops and select board meetings? And the one big issue is, someone's gotta be here to take minutes and write up minutes if we.
I'm willing to do that. I would just have to adjust my hours a little bit accordingly. But that's, I guess, up to,
Well, usually when we're during the workshop, we discuss what we're gonna discuss.
Yeah.
This is the next meeting, so there's some time to kind of chew on things before, I mean, I don't care either way, but.
I mean, we do the same thing, whether it's a workshop or whether it's a selectmen's meeting. So, I mean, I don't see the difference.
well, we've had pushback from the public that, has expressed that decisions should not be made or voted on during workshops. That continues to.
But we already went to MMA, and they okayed it. And this was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because we advertise it, and we advertise it every week, so.
Yeah, I guess the point is,
It would be cleaner if it was just all the selectmen's meetings.
then if we're going to treat them the same, then there should be minutes taken.
That would be my biggest thing, is if you, whether you could vote on a workshop or not, which should be fine, you know, when you clear it with MMA, they say, yeah, it's all kosher. The biggest thing is making sure that you have the minutes recorded that you did take the vote.
Right.
That would be the biggest thing as far as legality wise, I'd see.
Well, that is, I guess we would have to research, I don't know 100% myself if our minutes required to be taken at all meetings.
I think for any voter meeting, I think it's supposed to be. Could be wrong, but I would think so.
Yeah. Whether it's required by law or not, we're required to do it. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable continuing to hold meetings without minutes.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, people expect recorded meetings as well now.
So we're gonna put that ad in the Shoppers Guide,
Yeah.
just
Well,
to swap it out.
It's a notice, but I guess we have to decide in terms of the meetings and the workshop is my perception of a workshop is it's a bit less formal. And you're able to work on things and discuss things a little bit more casually perhaps than you can with a meeting. Not that we're,
We can always.
extremely formal with our selectmen's meetings, but,
We can always make a rule that we don't vote on workshops, but we used to, I mean, we used to be.
because workshops, you tend, bounce
That's
things
why
off
we
each
get a hold
other.
of MMA though, and get the okay from them.
Yeah, I think there was something that we needed to immediate vote on, so.
One of the methods used to address your concern about thinking about things for a week is to have it so that everything has to be moved twice. So you move it in one meeting, and you have to move it again the second meeting in order to vote on it.
Yeah,
It's just a method to deal with that.
yeah.
The thing is, we don't have to vote on things every week. We can go back to the workshop format and,
I see where some towns can still move along, like, and we do too, old business and new business. But, there's no rule that you have to vote on things at a selectmen's meeting necessarily. You can discuss it and table it and bring it up again. We do that.
True, yeah.
But it would give you guys the option in a world of transparency, it would give you the option that if you guys needed to vote on something this week, you could do it.
Yeah, that's,
Well, that's-
yeah.
The immediate vote, then you wouldn't have to, that was the whole idea of voting at the workshop, but it would allow you
Yeah.
transparency of it.
Well, there's sometimes-
It could happen,
Yeah,
but you could table it for next week.
But sometimes you don't wanna wait that extra week.
Right.
It's like you, if you had a limit on a piece of, how much you could spend on a piece of equipment, and we come in here and we said, we can't vote on that, we gotta wait a week, that means you're gonna wait another week.
Right.
You know, so there's, you've got some benefits to it.
Mhm.
reason why we voted on a workshop night is Ryan had something he had to buy and it couldn't wait.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
That's why we voted the other night.
Right.
yeah,
It's no different than doing the Saddleback deal,
right.
you know?
All right, I think we'll continue as we are, which is have a select board meeting and workshops. In those instances where we have to have an emergency vote, we'll do it.
Well, we're okay to do it anyway.
Yeah, well, the idea was, that we formally record it, so. All right,
Well, it doesn't
I
matter,
will
we can.
redraft that, put the workshop back in. And, what I would recommend you do though, is you go on the town website and where it says, no voting on workshop nights, you take that out.
Okay, so, if there is an occasion where a vote is needed on a workshop night, then we will record the meeting and have notes associated with it. Is that,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, the last thing on this list is the local option election.
Well, we had the review for the hearing, and I think we had one person show up, Norm Blake. So the election is next week, on Tuesday, on the 31st. Robin has put a sign up on the board, trying to remind everybody. We'll see. So far, it hasn't attracted much attention.
Who cares?
It might be that, I know that.
Yeah.
Times are changing.
Yeah, I mean, people really cared, even 20 years ago.
Yeah, they cared a lot. Yeah.
well, Debbie has taken a little, poll, a random poll, and, apparently the people that she's talked to, they don't read the shopping guide. So that's where our biggest publication was, and I certainly put it on the website and Facebook, but not everybody follows Facebook, I guess, either, but you would think that that's where people would get their
Has she
information.
gotten any requests for absentee ballots?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Renee wanted a bunch of them so he can hand them out down to Worcester. He was asking my wife some questions today. She can't believe.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you can do that?
No.
No.
Okay, you, I was gonna say, my God, you're scaring me.
No.
That's good that you clarified that.
Yeah, I just like, oh my God.
Right. I mean, I shouldn't laugh because
No.
Yeah,
Nice try.
right.
He wanted to know how people found out about it. So he hasn't read the shopping guide. He hasn't read what's posted in his own store. No. He still don't understand what he's gotta do to, even if this gets through.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Stay safe.
one step at a time.
Yeah.
Bob, you got anything else? Robin? Jimmy?
Oh, okay.
Noah? Joe?
Yes, what's the date of the town meeting?
I can't tell you that date.
First Saturday in May?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that officially what it is, and it's going to be
Until
now?
the selectmen can pick another date, but so far, that seems to be a good one.
Okay,
And this year doesn't seem to conflict with a whole bunch.
I got real nervous because I heard a little bit of, maybe, well, yeah, and I just, like, because I'm planning stuff.
Yeah, no, it's, May sixth.
And did the letter get written to the PUC? Okay.
It's on the list of things to do.
I've got one of those lists too, Bob. And if I remember correctly, at some point in the past, it was talked about getting a hold of Long Road to do repairs on River Road. Did that ever happen?
Yeah, and it came back not accepted, and I don't know if they changed their address or something, but I think I wrote to the address that was on maybe one of the drawings or something, but I don't know exactly, I have to go find what their address is now, I think.
Okay.
Resend.
Okay, I can help you with telephone numbers if you need
All right.
that.
I mailed it certified mail and it didn't get signed for.
Okay.
So it didn't come
It's a
back
Portland
and,
address, DDG something.
There is, there is a
in
Portland
Portland,
address.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on Danforth Street, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and they didn't take it.
Well, they probably knew it'd be the town asking for money. Okay, that was all I had. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think. Mary?
No, thank you.
You know Dale?
Nothing, like, why am I supposed to?
Oh, it'd be nice once in a while for you to dig up some dirt.
Well, I don't have anything, I don't have anything.
She lives on the quiet end of town.
No, I don't. But I live by myself in the town, I'm like, this was the corner of Baldwin, I'm right up here, that's it.
Yep.
Like Lori Day, they only there in the summer. And the fall.
Chris?
Well, we already talked about, during the storm, we had, 3 trucks break total. We had one of the 1-tons drop a wing arm, we had the 2 big trucks lost the coolant, 2 different hoses on each truck. Of course, they all happened back to back, couldn't happen any closer together.
Yeah.
I was getting the 21 back to the shop, and I got the call that the 09 was overheating on Pigeon Brook, and I got that one back to the shop, and it wasn't 10 minutes later that the 1-ton lost its wing arm. I had to take the backhoe up, put that back on. But everything's put back together. I finished putting the plow back on the 09, and we'll be ready to rock and roll again. I got self-delivery today. Didn't come out of Portland, they trucked it up from Portsmouth. So I don't know whether Portland's out or what, but never seen a dump trailer be hauled with a sleeper cab. That was a new one for me. I had a sleeper cab. Oh, okay. I don't know where maybe he come from Portsmouth, maybe he comes further, I don't know.
You needed a nap.
I guess so, long days, long hours, can't handle it.
These trucks all have them.
Bruce handed me a paper from FEMA, so I gotta look over and fill out and take care of again, some more information, cause it's the government.
Government, yeah.
Right.
I don't know, is that what it said?
I don't know, I get 3
I
different
think you
emails.
told me
after I left
Friday,
here.
but.
Yeah, I get 3 different emails after I left here this afternoon.
I was planning on taking tomorrow off, maybe not, maybe I'm working instead. It's gonna take tomorrow morning off, but I guess I can pick work.
You work from home.
I get 2 sick kids and a half-sick wife, I think I'm staying away from home.
Past good boy?
Well, she's starting to get sick. Half sick. She's half sick. She's not sick. She's just half sick.
It's coming on with it.
Yeah. Welcome to daycare. Pay to get sick. I'm trying to think of what else. We had a little incident down in the garage. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
No, I forgot to tell them, I'm glad.
There was a dump truck versus personal vehicle happened in the town garage parking lot today. As of right now, it will be taken care of via the two people involved. So,
Was it a town truck?
yes, it was a dump truck versus a individual's wife's car.
Oh.
Luckily, it wasn't a brand new car, because, anyhow,
Not bad, was it?
not horrible. It's a headlight, a little bit of dent in the fender, and a little bit of curled hood. And he's gonna try to bang out the fender and uncurl the hood and buy a new headlight for it. And the other individual is going to pay for said damages, so.
So get it all worked out.
Seems like it's worked out, personally.
Have we got a record?
Yeah.
I wrote it down and made notes and said made a whole list of what happened and whatnot.
What the agreement was.
We'll address that tomorrow.
Have them sign it?
Yes.
And you have before pictures.
Well, I have after pictures, I don't have before pictures.
Well, I mean.
Before pictures, that would've been great.
Plan on it.
Telepathic, this is gonna happen, I need to take a picture.
I'm talking about before the repair.
Yes, I took pictures today
Okay.
of the incident, I took pictures of the trap and whatnot, so we will keep moving forward with that and see how things go. I think that's it. On the upside, there weren't any cars parked on the side of the road.
Oh, good.
They found a driveway to park because they couldn't make it up to the hill.
How are you guys making over in Winston's?
Horrible. It's a horrible road. I actually talked to Ann today. She called the shop because I told the brother to have somebody call me because he just, I don't know, he didn't listen, didn't understand what I was saying, I don't know. But I talked to Ann today. It's gonna continue to rot up. It's just they got a spring like in the middle of the road and it's not freezing. We're scraping it all the time, flattening it out, putting a rod in, flattening it out. It's a pain to plow. I've had to have words with them. I told them last storm, and I told them this storm, and I also told Ann that they've got to do something different with the vehicles, because they're not having anyone plow up there. They're just driving up and parking right in the turnaround, which we can't even plow the turnaround because the vehicles are there.
Yeah.
And I politely told her that if something doesn't change up there, we're not gonna be able to plow it, because I can't have the guys backing down the hill, and I can't have the truck rolling over on the hill.
That's dangerous.
It's bad enough we gotta back all the way out of Messer Road and whatnot, but.
That's flat ground there.
Right, it's flat ground and it's
Yeah.
not an easy task, and they're parked right in the turnaround, and the truck's sliding sideways towards their vehicles, and I told them they had to hire a plow guy and get their driveway plowed.
Yeah.
And park the vehicle somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I told her that, and by the sounds, it sounds like they aren't planning to stay there next winter. I wish they cut it, they are not. According to her, she doesn't think they're staying next winter. She says it was just where he had to be for the winter, because he had no other options. So I don't know what the deal is, but it doesn't sound like it sounds like this will be the only winter we have to plow, at least for a while, I hope. There was another one that was an issue, but I don't remember what it was.
But that could always be a chance that they might, so.
It could
Maybe
be.
we should be working on a plan to.
To get rid of it? That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. Can we add Anderson, Messer, Frosty, Duran on that list too?
Should process. But, yeah, I mean, do that.
Well, that's a tough one.
It is, yeah. You have to jump through a bunch of hoops to,
And that road is not fun to plow. So,
which things,
yeah, it has to be a one ton, and you have to lift up and you have to boot it four-wheel drive all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no questions about it. You slow down, you're going down over backwards, sideways. He's already lost one truck in the ditch this year. The guy did.
Yeah,
He had his truck in the middle of the ditch for 3 days before he ever got it out.
Really?
His own vehicle?
Yeah, his vehicle,
Yeah.
yeah, his truck.
Used to be a bugger going up there with snowmobiles.
Yeah. Oh, and when I talked to Ann today, she said, that road is horrible in the summertime anyhow.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't imagine ever trying to plow it. She goes, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, we said.
So, and she's like, I will discuss and I will see what we can get done. So.
Bruce?
A few things we mentioned last week, but, fire extinguishers will be done President's Day, which I believe is February 20th, for everything. But the power was out here yesterday, and I walked around in 3 of these units where the lights and stuff are out, so make sure that they get replaced, repaired, or whatever.
Emergency lights?
Emergency lights, and
How
there
long?
was 3 of them not working.
Did you go around right after block
Yeah,
power?
the other stayed on a good half hour or more.
Yeah, they know it's supposed to last about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just enough so people could evacuate.
Yep, so there is some problems there, we'll have to tackle them one way or the other.
I think, Grinnell services those, Grinnell?
They might, but what I find, you go to Home Depot and change them right out. That's what I've done down the east, because I tried to replace the battery and stuff like that, and then you find you get a broken wire or a pole.
So you just change the whole thing right out? Yeah.
That's what I kind of do. Here's the quickest way, cleanest way.
Yeah.
Change them right out. We've had a few calls this past week with just minor cars going off the road for accidents, nothing too much until we get to Keezer Falls. We was called to Cornish the other night, and by the time I got to the station, they was calling for a tanker, so I went right through over to Keezer Falls with that. But by the time I got there, they had knocked it down, Freedom, Brownfield, and Cornish, and a lot of surrounding towns was there, so they told me to go back to Cornish and sit there. There was a lot of towns not covered that night, so I went back there. The only problem is, it happened that night, and I have to be the guilty one. I don't know what I did. When I pulled out the tanker, I looked back, and the door was coming down. When I come back from the fire, the door was open. The only thing I can think of, when I was putting the button back up on the visor, I hit it again, and it went up. It was 33 degrees in the day when I come back. It was 1 degree outside most of the night before it was over there.
Really?
So, I've paid closer attention. That's the only thing I can think of, is when I come back and see the door, it's like, oh.
Just a air in it.
Oh, no.
You guys have a freeze alarm in them?
No, there's no alarms, and that makes me nervous. I'd like to
Freeze alarm,
I'd like to
just
see
phone
smoke
call.
detectors and stuff like that, yeah, because there's nothing on any of them. Oh, the air compressor is another one that bothers me, because I had those go bad on the air compressor. That's basically it. I'm dealing with ISO still, doing that for the rest of the year, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to get paperwork together and stuff, and it's a long paperwork right now, and it will be as it goes along.
Yeah.
Trying to get the format set up right now, and break it down into groups. Other than that, we talked about EMA, the federal is looking for it now, it's been to the, local EMA, state, and the federal is saying, well, we want to talk to you about these questions that I gave in for this. So instead, I got 3 different examples right here, 12:30. I don't know what you plan on doing. I can fill it out, but it may not be true.
They don't care.
Other than that, that's it. That's it.
Chad?
No, that's it, right now.
All right. Yeah, move, we're gonna go into executive session. We'll move the select board to go into executive session pursuant to one MRSA section 405, 6C, acquisition of real property or economic development. Glenvale Solar Project TIF discussion with Glenvale and the select board.
I second the motion.
We have senior lunch tomorrow.